This is the face of a therapist who wanted her 15-minute of fame so bad that she jumped on the chance, even at the expense of hurting a couple who has fought all odds to stay together through unbelievable hardship and long distance. We are trying to build a future together, choosing each other daily and trying to leave Sarper's past in the past. Her moment on TV was more important than preserving her integrity, has a therapist, and letting two people in love simply be. Hope the attention you're getting is all you imagined and wished for. DD. You know what's so interesting about this, my apologies. Shekinah went out of her way to possibly find the worst picture that she could of DD to basically showcase the woman that her man once upon a time slept with. And do you know why this is a bad thing in my opinion? Because this should tell Shekinah that clearly when it comes to having standards is something that he does not care about as long as he's able to bed the woman. So what I'm trying to say is if I was Shekinah, I'd be looking at myself thinking, damn, does he not he must maybe not think that I'm that good looking. Maybe that's why he's always trying to change my face. Maybe that's why he's always trying to change the way I look, because the woman I just found ain't even know that. Now listen, I'm not going to sit here and say to you guys that I'm saying this woman isn't a good looking person per se, but I'm just saying that going out your way to find a picture of somebody potentially in their worst angle when they're not looking at their best, that should tell you that if your partner was more than happy to bed this kind of person, then what self-worth did he have at the time? In fact, does he even have any self-worth now? Listen, it is known that women, not all women, but there's many women who will sleep with a man that they see as equal, both appearance as well as emotional, right? And it's known that men will sleep around with anybody that's got a post. But there are some men who are not boys who will make sure that when they sleep with someone and they share their body with someone else, share their skin with somebody else, it's somebody that they're going to value that looks the part. And we know that he did not value this woman because she was nothing but a one-night stand. So that tells me and should tell her that, hey, so Sarper, when you look at me, do you look at me as a beautiful person or do you look at me as just, Is there a reason why you always want me to fix my nose? Is there always a reason why you want me to always be weighing a certain type? Is there a reason why you're always trying to change things about me? Granted, she was already doing to herself anyway, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe I'm just instigating right now. But this is not just it. As we move on, this is the screenshot that I want to start with first, actually. So in this one here, this is something that I came across on TikTok, okay? And this was from a video that was posted by 96 of Reality. And as you can see, somebody came in and said, Shekinah gave me the ick. How she treats Sarper's therapist. One night stand. The girl was so sweet. She belittled her and made nasty comments on her looks, which is obviously what we just see right there. And then as you can see, Deborah herself decided to come in and said, so sweet, thank you for that. I am definitely not Sarper's therapist. I think he just told Shekinah that when he contacted me. Very, very interesting. So she's saying that she's not a therapist, or she's saying that she's not Sarper's therapist. But we continue. So and she goes, that's really so crazy, but you're honestly really beautiful and I'm so sorry she treated you that way. Now, to be honest with you, I want to play devil's advocate here. Ain't nobody gonna be happy with your partner's ex or your partner's fling or one night stand popping up out of nowhere, talking about your man to you about your man. You know what I mean? So, listen, for Shekinah to obviously be completely pissed, that is granted, but for her to go out of a way to mock the way the woman looks, that's definitely unacceptable. That is definitely unacceptable, okay? And most importantly, to look for a picture showing the woman at her worst is also crazy work. But like I said before, you kind of think about it. If that's the woman he was getting before, it just makes you wonder, does he actually see you as a beautiful woman? Ooh, yeah, I do like to instigate. But nonetheless, though, in this next one here, sees a follow-up, someone else comes in and says, I hate when women do that. When she could leave the man. Fighting another woman is pointless when you're staying with a cheater. Shaking my head. And Deborah decided to respond by saying, you're so right. Now, listen, There was no proof or any kind of indication that he had cheated on Shekinah, because it was very clear that when these things happened with Deborah, this was before Shekinah was even in the picture, okay? So the whole cheating thing really shouldn't be a part of the conversation. But at the same time, though, Debbie was really, really confident about telling Shekinah that she does not believe that Sarper will ever cheat. So maybe this is why this isn't brought up. But it's funny, though, because she's saying you are so right. So make your mind, Dee. Do you believe he would cheat on her, or do you not believe he's going to cheat on her? But I will say this, though. I do agree with the comment. You know, if the person you're with, if you catch them cheating, you should be annoyed with the person you're with, not with the person that they cheated with. Now, granted, if they cheat with someone that you know that's a friend, then granted, you got to be annoyed with both of them. There is no annoyed with one and not the other one. This is what I'm saying, when it's that type of situation. But if you don't know the person, be mad at the person that cheated, not the person you didn't. But Shekinah is just mad because, as she said at the very beginning, as she said here, we are trying to build a future together, choosing each other daily. So clearly she's in her feelings, because maybe she sees there are cracks in their relationship, and therefore she just doesn't want to acknowledge them. So when somebody like Debbie comes out of nowhere and says, hey, guess what? Yeah, this and that. I guess maybe that did rat her cage, and that is why she is, and maybe that is why she is in her feelings. But hey, you let me know exactly what you're thinking down below. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the situation itself in particular, Debbie really should have just stayed out of the picture. You know, if Sarper's he's gonna mess up that relationship by potentially cheating, or if Shekinah's gonna mess it up by her over controlling ways, well then so be it. Let it be what it's gotta be. Really and truly though, Debbie really should have never stepped up. There was no need for it. Really no need for it. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we'll talk about it. But hey, stay tuned, because there is some more tea to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.